We've been looking at the Steam sale.
I'm trying to avoid it because in 1 month I'll be in Spain and I need all the money I
You'll
can
be
get.
in Spain?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. I'll be with my girlfriend and
Oh.
yes. Want to save some money just so I don't just so I can you know so I don't have to worry about it during my vacation.
Mm.
What can we do? Have you ever been abroad?
Only to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to Quebec and Toronto.
Yeah. Quebec City or Quebec in general?
Quebec City-ish. There was a K-pop concert there.
Mm-hmm. Was it recent that concert?
Last year.
Ah.
Around this time, actually.
I think you started after this, right?
Yeah, I started on Halloween.
Yeah.
I figured, like, no, let's make it a holiday so it's easier to remember.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, this year for me it landed right on Easter, and I had to deal with family, so I couldn't really celebrate it. Yeah. What can we do? What can we do? So, I'm pretty much ready.
You ready? Okie dokie.
Yes. Let me just start sharing
there we go.
chat. And that's it. Welcome everyone.
Okay. Hang on, just gonna remove something.
That mansion looks cozier than Dracula's
there we go.
summer home.
Okay, let's inspect memories.
Yes. And of course, my Rosalia AI here has snacks on her mind.
It was
this one. I think it's.
Is this the Moonlight Sonata?
Seems like it. I remember.
Oh, it sounds really close to it.
I remember this music from a long time ago. It was present in every RPG back in the day. At least a variant of this. Like I remember hearing it back in the 1990s when I was playing an offline game, an offline RPG.
An offline RPG?
Oh yeah, I mean back when you had to install it by CDs.
Oh, I gotcha.
RPG soundtrack sounded dramatic enough for Nosferatu's entrance.
Hey.
I think it's from the girl's perspective.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready.
Yes, I had fled from the mansion in fear of him, but maybe if I had just a little more courage, enough to tell him the truth, maybe he would have listened. I had let my initial impression of him solidify too quickly. I had convinced myself he was insensitive and perpetually expressionless, save for the Arctic stare. But the man standing before me did experience sadness, pain, distress. Or at the very least, he appeared to, from where I was standing. Michael, I can't remember how to say his name.
Michel from French.
Michel was just like me, an ordinary person. That said, there's still plenty I didn't know. I was still lacking in explanations for much of his behavior. Would you mind telling me about yourself now? I like to get to know you better. What are you doing here in this mansion all alone? Why do you call yourself cursed? I told you everything. It's only fair you do the same. I have no interest in using your information for anything. I have no reason to. Or are you going to keep pushing the master and servant line? Do you still think I have no need to know?
Be quiet! For the love of God, stop talking already. You always pick the worst time. Well, that was a bit rude.
What? Excuse me? What do you mean I always pick the worst time?
No, I wasn't.
Melts into the shadows.
Unbelievable. Just when I was starting to think you might actually be a decent human being.
Oh, he was talking
Then
to
you
Morgana.
go on about this?
Time for a little break.
Oh. You know what? You're right.
This gothic charm and want more dark tales from
No,
life.
Giselle, I wasn't
Hit that
talking
subscribe
to
button.
you.
Even vampires appreciate support.
Who else could it have been?
I was, talking to, you know. I have a condition that forces me to vocalize objections to my own thoughts. Yeah, that's right. That's not an excuse or anything.
You know, that's about as convincing as my allergic to people excuse.
Sorry.
Weirdo.
Self-dialogue is a classic. Lon Chaney did that in Phantom 2. Carry on, maestro.
What crosses did he bear? What secrets did he keep? Maybe the truth is far beyond my reckoning. And if it was, even if he did, please tell me everything. No matter what you say, I won't doubt your words. I'll trust you, and I'm sure I can accept anything you say. Please? If you don't put it into words, I have nothing to work with.
Okay. Where should I start, though?
How about the curse then? Are you actually cursed?
Waves gloved hand. All is
That's
forgiven.
a
Even
difficult
immortals
question.
appreciate an apology now and then.
I cannot, for example, take someone's life with my curse, nor can I bring about disaster. I don't have any magical powers like that.
So what you said outside was a bluff then?
It was just a way to chase the villagers away. Oh, hiccups?
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Well, you certainly put on a convincing performance. So you can't actually curse anyone, huh?
Regardless, I am human. Nothing more, nothing less. At least I consider myself one.
No magic needed when you've got centuries of dramatic
Others would
flair.
disagree.
Sometimes the threat's scarier than any curse.
And the reason for that has to do with my body.
Your skin, hair, and eye color, right? Oh, my bad.
Oh, did something pass?
That's what I'm about to find out. Okay. Backlog. He just says right.
Right.
Seeing Michel under the sun, he certainly wasn't what most people would consider normal. Awe-inspiring, in fact.
Giving birth to me, it broke my mother. No, I drove her mad.
Being normal is overrated anyway. The best stories are always
Not
about
only
the
do I
misfits.
appear inhuman, I am oversensitive to sunlight. While a little light through the window isn't much of a problem, I can't be outside directly under the sun for more than a couple of hours. When she realized I couldn't go out in the sun, my mother started thinking I was possessed by a demon. So she banished me to this mansion until my curse was broken. That was 10 years ago.
Just because you look different from them?
The family's reputation was at stake too. If other noble houses realized they were giving refuge to an unholy creature,
Locked away from
it
sunlight,
would destroy
now
the
that's
Bollingers.
relatable content. All he needs now is some velvet curtains and an existential
You saw how the
monologue.
villagers reacted. They called me a demon when they saw me.
I suspect the rumors about the mansion played a part in that. If nobody thought the house was cursed, they wouldn't have...
I'm sure you were afraid as well. You saw me and thought I was not of this world, that I looked like a demon.
I thought you looked like an angel. Okay, it's loading.
A what?
I at least
Praise,
thought you looked more like an angel than a
only
demon.
at bad lighting and wooden stakes.
It never once crossed my mind that you might be evil.
Huh.
But I understand your situation now. Because of your appearance, you lived alone in this dark mansion. For 10 years.
It was never really an inconvenience. They bring me all the supplies I need.
You big liar. Have you never considered running away?
That's not an option.
Because of the sun?
No, I could move during the night if I really wanted to.
Shrugs. I prefer
I'm
running
being
toward
watched.
trouble makes eternity less dull.
To ensure I don't leave.
Watched.
They can't allow anyone to find out that I'm alive, particularly at the Bollinger estate.
Does that mean him chasing off the villagers is gonna cause some issue?
I would assume so, although judging by how the villagers aren't really interested in dealing with the outside world, I doubt that they would report him as anything more than just a witch itself.
Yeah.
They don't really know that he's a Bollinger, just a weird man claiming to be possessed by the witch. If I were to run and they were to find out, I'd probably be killed.
Getting watched in a mansion.
If only
that's
I
prime
didn't
horror
stand
movie
out so
setup
much,
right there.
I might
All
be
you
able to
need
stay
now is
out of
thunder
sight
outside.
easier. But
Also,
I had been holding on to a little hope, I think. Hope that I might be able to return someday. I have all but given up that hope now, though. Not that I ever had enough willpower to really fight for it.
See,
You don't need to worry about pitying me either. It's long since become normal to me.
that's not something that should ever become
Despair's
normal.
just the first act. Wait for intermission before you give up hope.
So, was that really a moment ago? You don't actually have a condition that makes you argue with yourself, do you? Please tell me.
You don't have to believe me. In fact, I doubt you will. You're free to think I'm completely mad.
Don't worry, I want to know.
I can hear the witch's voice.
The witch's
If madness
voice.
means refusing to play by their rules, then sign me up.
It started
for the
when I
loony
first
bin.
arrived at the
That's
mansion.
where all the legends start anyway.
No one else can hear it either. Like I said, it sounds crazy.
Not at all. I said I trust you, so I believe you. Maybe he's not well. Yeah, that has to be it. 10 years all alone in one place, and you're bound to start hearing things. He seems like a delicate person, too. Thinking about it like that, I'm starting to feel really sorry for him.
Do I want to know what you're thinking?
I'm here for you.
No ghostly whispers. Someone call Vincent Price. This mansion's losing its touch.
Huh?
I've made up my mind. I'm going to stay here with you.
Wait, what?
Don't worry, I'll shout so loud you won't be able to hear that silly witch's voice anymore.
Will you now?
If you hear it again, let me know, understood? You don't have to be afraid.
I never said I was.
Whenever you hear it, I'll be there with you, holding your hand.
Huh.
Well, we kind of took the extremely long route, but there you have it. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master.
Trust me, you don't want inside this head too many cobwebs
Master.
and old movie quotes rattling around.
Now where should we begin? I know, supper. Are you hungry? What should I make?
Slow down, please.
What is it? Is there something you'd like? I am happy to accommodate.
You actually intend to stay here? Again? After what happened last time?
Because of what happened last. Because of that, we're finally able to see past each other's surface. I want us to try again, from the beginning. And this time, actually try to be considerate of one another's feelings. That's a promise, Master.
Alright.
I can stay here, right?
Again, even the undead need second chances sometimes.
I
Just don't
don't
expect
mind.
everyone to change overnight. Immortality taught me patience.
I'm glad to hear it.
Say,
Yes, Master?
if you ever want something from me, could I please ask you to put it into words? I don't have much faith in my ability to pick up on things.
Got it. Then there's something I'd like to start with. What do you say we open some of these windows?
Open the windows.
Yeah, we don't have to if you think it will cause you problems, but it'd be nice to get a little light in here. I'd like to put an end to this I'd like to put an end to this house being a dark, closed-off cave.
Darling. Every haunted
And
house
ruin the
needs a dragon.
vampiric atmosphere. Oh, please. I wasn't the one who barred the windows.
You weren't?
They were like that when I arrived. Made it seem like a very appropriate place to lock me away. While I am sensitive to light, yes, as I mentioned, a little sun through the window shouldn't cause any problems.
Alright then. Can I ask you to help me open them? Let's both lighten this place up.
Hisses dramatically. Sunlight.
After a few moments of silence, Michelle gave me a curt nod. While we couldn't do anything about the windows that had been boarded up, the two of us first opened the ones that were just covered by rusted over shutters. When we got the first one open, a beautiful stream of light like nothing had ever seen before.
I assume the image is loading.
Yes.
Ah.
Flooded into the dark mansion's hall. It seemed that spring would never come. All we had to do was talk to each other, listen to each other, and everything else would fall into place. But it was that first step that was so hard and so much harder than ever of us had expected. And now that the ice was melting, we had to treasure that. I might not have seemed like much to someone else, but to us, it was a huge accomplishment. Loading. This time, it'll all work out. It has to. I had all the confidence in the world when we were together, but now that I'm alone in the dark, in the absolute silence of the night, I'm starting to get anxious again. I'm starting to feel something bad is going to happen. I'm going to mess something up again. We took a big step today, and I know I have to keep it together to keep thinking positive.
The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She has
Centuries of style
lied,
don't
she
come
has
from bargain
stolen,
bins, darling.
and she has
I
betrayed
charge
her
by the
fellow
century.
man.
It's alright. It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of, Giselle. Nothing happens if you hold fast to your faith in the goodness of others. You have no reason to tremble. Yes, come in. That's odd. I don't think I was hearing things. There's no one there. What was that about? Oh, a glass? It's wine and it's so warm. I guess he heated on the fire for me? Oh, you could have at least said hi.
After 2. Sinning's practically an art form by then.
I have a feeling this is going to work out.
Somehow I doubt he was the one who left it there. Call it a hunch.
Yeah. It could have been the witch, but then why?
Or somebody sent by the witch. Who knows?
The light shining in the light shining in through the windows is swallowed whole by the darkness, as if. Actually, this probably is you.
Yeah, as if to say our time together never actually existed. We saw it though. Together, we watched the light crack open the darkness. I'm
Nothing like
begging
questioning
you,
reality in an
please
old
remember.
mansion. Casablanca's got nothing on this drama.
Please find yourself. Please, Giselle, don't let the things you felt, the warmth that fell over us, remain lost to you.
I might have seen it. Seen the most beautiful light.
Giselle,
But are these truly my memories? Could they not be someone else's tale? Like all the others we've seen so far? She was so bright and energetic. I'm neither of those. Besides, the maid needs not known of her, not a tale of her own.
this is not a story.
She was so bright and energetic, yet here
These
I
are
linger,
memories.
neither luminous nor lively, just another shadow among many.
Mine and
Fitting for
your
an old soul like
memories.
mine.
No one else's. It was all very much real. As were the kinder, happier days that came next.
Kinder, happier days. Those words carry a strange warmness within my chest. But at the same time, they make me indescribably anxious. Is there really happiness to be found down that road?
Even if our past doesn't lead to happiness, it couldn't be worse than where we are now.
Memories age like wine or blood, depends who you ask, but they always linger in these halls.
Come, Giselle. To the spring that made us more than just strangers.
Oh well.
I assume we're going to meet the witch. And this is from my perspective again. But seems like Giselle is going to be talking for now.
Master? Come on, get up. Up with you. Master!
Pretty lively.
Loaded.
What?
See? What did I tell you?
Soul sounds like a film noir
It's so much
sequel
nicer in
nobody
here
asked.
with a little light.
Morning.
Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread. Get out of there.
I'm fine with my room staying dark. What was she even doing in here?
Oh, but Master, you agreed that I could open the windows.
I did, yes.
Don't worry, I've put curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Morning takes the best part of being outside and squeezes them all into the same few hours. You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. You just listen to all the wonderful sounds.
Curtains drawn, mystery preserved. Every mansion.
The joyous songs of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling leaves. Am I being as pushy as I feel right now?
Kind of. But but you wouldn't be you if you weren't, so for now I won't get on you about it. Also, now that I know your real intentions, no, never mind.
I completely misjudged you.
Real
You're the exact
intentions?
opposite of what I thought you
Darling,
were.
if you ever truly unraveled mine, this mansion would need a bigger screen.
What did you think of me?
Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, heartless and incomprehensible. But I'm beginning to get a better idea. You try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper, but can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality, too.
There's not a single good trait on that list.
We're reading a visual novel. Fata Morgana.
Hey, Lazy Foria, welcome, welcome.
Now, hear me out.
Redeeming qualities.
That's
I
not
repented
everything.
ages ago.
You gave me a chance to talk and you listen intently. You can be kind of nice, too. Oh, wait. Easy, you should sleep.
Yeah, we had a talk earlier on Discord, and well, he was going to sleep, but then he said he had to wake up at 2 a.m. Yeah.
I see.
And I had to also go to sleep before because I kind of had to check the car battery. Yeah. And is it capable enough to drive to the city, Lazy?
We agreed that we... Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
We agree... Close the hood and remove the corrosion for it to start. Wow.
In an old
Yeah,
house.
sounds like an old
like the
car.
setup for half the horror
Or at
films
least an
from before
old
talkies
battery.
had sound.
We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house. So we have plenty of time to add more to that list.
The battery is dying.
Oh,
yeah.
the battery is dying.
Yeah.
Good darn.
Yeah. Well,
And,
well, I assume that it's probably an old battery, unless it's pretty common over in hotter climates to have this issue.
And I hope you can make your own list about me too. This is just the beginning after all. We've got a long, long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, no?
The battery is just 3 years old. Okay. Well, batteries in Romania can last a long time, to be fair. Like, I think, my father's car still, I think he had his battery for about 8 years old before he replaced it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Lucius.
Hey,
Welcome,
Lucy.
how's it going?
Did you sleep well, Lucy? Let's not waste any time then. What do you say we do something today that we haven't been able to do before?
3 years? That's practically
Where should we
newborn for
begin?
some of us. My heart hasn't needed a jump.
Oh, I
since
know.
the silent
We can get
voyage.
this place cleaned up.
You want to clean like a grandpa's car? I wish I could sleep like a baby, huh? Ay, ay. Yeah, it's the battery for Grandpa's car. Uh, I don't know I don't know exactly what the Jesus Christ, the
Blazer.
trailblazer means in this context.
Uh, Probably the type of car.
Is it just the type of car, or is it a? I know. Don't sleep on the couch, but I opened the window and had such a nice draft. Yeah. Well, hopefully you have hopefully you are
Trailblazer
more
sounds
than
like something I drive
energized
through
enough
foggy
for
moors before
to watch
sunrise.
us.
Not as stylish as a hearse, though.
Well, he should be getting ready to go to the gym with Plinko.
Chevrolet Trailblazer. Let me check that
Hmm.
out. Maybe make me curious. I don't think we have it in Romania. Chevrolets are rare over here. Oh, it's a pretty big SUV. It's kind of like my father's new Toyota. Okay. I might work out despite my knee and lack of sleep. Not my first rodeo. Well, hopefully your knee will hold out. Okay.
One sec, mischievous cat is coming.
Oh, cats. What can we do about them? Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust. All over the place.
My vision was still slightly unfocused, having not completely escaped from Morpheus's embrace, but I could see well enough to catch her smiling brightly.
If you value this eternal night of storytelling as much as I do, a sub keeps the shadows alive longer.
That was the first time
Let's not let
I had
ads
gotten a
steal
good
our
look at.
moonlight.
Jesus Christ! That was the first time I had gotten a good look at her in the light. Rosalia keeps talking over me.
Sleep on the couch or not. Just don't let any ghost steal your blanket tonight.
I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those glittering eyes. Not even a trace of tribulation Jesus Christ. Not even a trace of the tribulation she had endured tainted her pure jade eyes. Well, to be fair, we had Ashley was supposed to be our third person. Oh, did you skip over something? But it's Ashley's birthday today, so she's with her family.
What are you looking at, cat? Sorry.
No worries. I know how cats are. Yeah. What can we say? Let me see if I can. HBD. Happy birthday to her then. Yes. She's surprisingly good looking. I am clearly not myself right now.
Is something the matter, Master? I know, you're still half asleep, aren't you? I guess I'm just gonna have to throw my best bucket of water on you.
What is a best bucket of water? I'm awake.
Is there something on my face then?
just far too amusing a sight to wake up to.
Amusing? Oh, just get out of bed already.
What a noisy morning. Ah, yeah. Welcome to the comedy show, Lazy. Right before it all goes up in flames.
Again.
Again, yes. Many times. And
I got my first decent look.
If you want real drama in the morning,
I was just about to
try
say
waking up
that
next to
it's your
Nosferatu
turn now.
after he's had garlic bread bulb.
I got my first
Now
decent
that'll
look at
clear your
Michelle's
senses.
face under the light in the morning. Watching him stifle a yawn as he crawled out of bed. All the little details I hadn't been able to pick up in the darkness. His expressions, mannerisms, and the way he looked at me. I could see facial features I'd missed during yesterday's commotion. And those vivid, all-consuming red eyes. That I was probably, no, almost certainly making a really dumb face at him. Okay, loading.
Huh?
Is it just me, or is he kind of, no,
Aldrich shows me a
very
little
pretty?
fire hazard energy. Feels like I'm watching Sunset
How could I
Boulevard
not
with
notice
extra
until
ghosts.
now? Oh geez, wow. I can't look him in the eyes.
Is there something on my face?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Oh my god. Is there something on my face?
What? No,
Huh. A cockroach.
Hang on.
Huh?
Careful, Ross. Next thing you know, it's not a bug.
Hair
It's Bella
monster!
Lugosi calling up for screen time.
Huh? Excuse me?
No, your hair, it's really long. Yes, that's it. Way too long. God damn it, cat!
Want to take a small break?
No, he left. He just took all the paper bags with him.
What can we do? What an interesting cat.
He's so feisty right now.
Ay. Ho, is that any way for a servant to speak to her master? I'm just kidding. Oh, look at his smile. I think it's the first time we've seen his smile.
Break time?
Yeah.
Don't let any mirrors catch you off guard. Giselle's
I don't
got
have
a
any
competition
interest
in
in
the dramatic
holding
hair
your
department.
status against you anymore.
I see. It's really hard to tell if he's joking or not.
So, about that cleaning. May I wash my face first?
You're going to help?
As I just said, I'm not going to act like I'm superior to you anymore. What are you snickering about?
I can't help it. I'm happy.
If my hair really does bother you, you can cut it.
That's the look you give when someone trips over a candelabra, but pretends it was all part of their grand entrance.
I can cut it. I'll give you the best haircut you ever had. Yeah,
Build my
it is on. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
Oh, but I should warn you, you'll want to stay perfectly still. I'm a monster with a pair of scissors. My sister said you're as likely to lose an ear as you were to...
Sweet.
Yeah,
No worries.
my sister always said you were as likely to lose an ear as you were to your hair whenever I got cut.
You stay away from me!
Careful, Ross.
I got you suspended having a bot?
End up in a silent film, hair dramatically snipped under moonlight.
What can you do? You have to make sure that bots are banned immediately.
Wow.
For 6 months. Jesus.
6 months?
You couldn't appeal? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
That's not your fault a bot visited your chat.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. With how many bots there are around, they didn't do anything. Ay. I was shocked at how much more comfortable I felt around her only one day following our opening up to each other. Maybe this was normal, and I had simply never felt it before.
6 months in Twitch limbo, even Dracula got out of his coffin
I
faster
didn't know.
than that.
I had thought it would take years of work to get close enough to someone to be able to have a conversation without picking apart every little detail. But here I was, a day later, already there. Was that how it usually worked? Did people normally get close and draw apart so freely? Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
I didn't find it unpleasant to have someone else around. It was a strange feeling. All that friction had dissipated in an instant. And it was like we had known each other for years.
If Towers taught me anything, Ross,
Though
it's
not
that
entirely
people only share
willingly,
secrets
we
when they're
began
locked up
sharing
together
meals,
long enough,
something I had
preferably
always
with
done by
candles.
myself.
Hey! I see you shoving aside that parsnip. You need to eat everything.
Do you have any idea why there was so much rotting parsnip in the cellar? I don't care for it.
You could at least pretend to be ashamed. Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you.
Hasn't caused any problems thus far.
It will soon enough. I can't believe you. We have limited supplies and you won't
That's
eat
not
your
rot,
vegetables?
Ross. That's vintage cuisine if you're patient enough. Some call it compost. I call it seasoning.
Oh, question. I've got an idea.
Go on.
Is the list of supplies sent by your family set in stone?
Meaning?
I was just wondering if it was possible to make requests. If I could, I would just go on a shopping trip.
Perish the thought. The only village around here is the one you came from.
Right. Say, are you saying that out of the concern for...
Who would ever be concerned about you? I just want to be able to sleep well at night.
Perish, not perish, Ross. Unless Michelle's moonlighting as a priest in some haunted village I missed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now my Rosalia is nitpicking about my pronunciation.
parish, not parish, Ross. Unless Michelle's moonlighting as a priest in the same haunted village I missed.
Yeah. What a funny AI. And I'm not interested in throwing more servants to the lions.
You know, you're a whole lot simpler of a person than I thought.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
Back to your question about the delivery. Yes, you can. I haven't made any requests recently, but you can write that.
No
you
lions.
can write what
What's
you want
next?
on a
No
sheet
secret
of parchment.
passages behind dusty
Or
bookshelves
if we don't
either.
have any
You're
something
killing
similar,
my aesthetic here.
put it in the box and leave it outside. As long as your request is not completely unreasonable, it should arrive with the next package. Why, is there something you need?
To increase our selection of vegetables. And while I'm at it, if possible... Actually, that's a secret.
A secret?
It's nothing too exciting. I'll tell you when the time is right. My relationship with Michelle gradually transitioned from master and servant to something closer to friends.
Next,
He was still my master, but he allowed me almost complete freedom. And he didn't order me around either. He gave me a hand with my work, though he was still not very talkative and oftentimes hard to read. He at least seemed to make an effort to close the gap. What's up?
No worries. I didn't speak to you.
Okay.
My father is around here, so I don't know. I thought I muted
Ah.
myself.
No worries. He would on occasion tell me about himself, though not in much detail, and anytime his family came up, he grimaced uncomfortably. Apparently his father had wanted him dead, and his brother, though, had worked to create a scenario in which he could live, faking his death and sending him to this remote mansion. I had never encountered Michelle's brothers while I was at his family estate, but assuming he was right, it was one of them who had given me the letter. They were likely our only allies at the house. You know that what he's thinking. It's been 10 years. Michelle had muttered. To which I replied, have faith. It was better to believe in something, even if it felt silly and unreasonable, than to lose faith in everything. Okay, this music's loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Well, that turns down everything. Let's, do the game itself. Okay. That's not even the game at full volume. That was already at halfway down. Hang on, turn you up again.
Renewed belief in kindness. Bold move for this.
Okay.
You should
My
just
being
rely
able to
on
find
suspicious
renewed
facts.
belief in the kindness of people was what had allowed me to start smiling again after all. Because I was able to have faith, I was able to enjoy life once more. It wasn't an exciting or thrilling life, it was a humble, simple one with just the two of us. But I wouldn't trade that life for anything. Some people might think it dull or dreary, but it was ours. Master, I truly appreciate that you want to help with the cooking. I do, honestly, but... This is apocalyptic. This is mutinous. This is an affront to gastronomy. This is an unearthly disgusting.
Get me better ingredients.
What?
I am not a bad cook. These are simply bad ingredients. Oh boy. If they were better, they would taste just fine boiled. Let me guess, boiled strawberries.
You want fresh, Fine.
And
but
it's
if
not
something
as
starts
bad as you
whispering from
claim.
your stew pot
Besides,
tonight, don't blame me.
You make a mockery of the culinary arts!
I've been eating this for years. I don't see the problem.
I've had quite enough, Master. It sounds like I'm gonna need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. I have to teach him what real food tastes like. Otherwise, he won't be able to appreciate if I make him something really good. His turn.
Let me guess, he tried to make ramen. Hey, Queen, welcome, welcome.
Goodbye, Queen!
Well, that's fun. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Let me at least bite you, since you're so fond of being bitten. That's her thing, usually. I think that's you.
Hold the chair steady for me, will you? I'm going to wipe down the top shelf.
I can handle it. I'm tall enough to reach without standing on a chair. Oh, my queen.
It's not as simple as just running a rag over it. I've got practice, so let me take care of it, alright? There's a lot more dust than I expected. I probably should have used something to cover my mouth.
If Giselle offers to clean up a murder scene next, I'm officially moving in. This place has style.
Ay, ay, ay.
You don't want to hold your breath for this, Master. Alright, here goes.
She's quite practiced. Is there any need for me to be holding the chair? Huh?
Two!
Huh? What? How? What?
Hold the chair!
Huh? And they fell on top of each other, I assume.
Ow, I'm sorry, I didn't think there'd be that much dust.
That blurry forest background.
Thank you
reminds
for
me of
holding
every
the...
Gothic film where someone vanishes in Act 2.
Master? Your hand is...
What? Let me guess, it's on her breast.
Your...
Oh my god.
Your hand is... It's on my chest.
Yeah, I know. It was an accident.
Right, it was, it's fine, really. It was my fault anyway. It's completely, totally fine.
No, I didn't throw up. I can't even look her in the eyes. Could this be any more painfully awkward?
Romance and chaos.
So don't worry about it, Master. Honestly, I should be apologizing for subjecting you to that.
That's easier said than done. I have to do something about this stifling awkwardness.
Bless.
Oh yeah, you just missed something, lazy. I don't know if you caught it. Basically, Giselle fell on top of us and our hand went somewhere it shouldn't have. For one, it was only a moment. I barely even realized what it was. But that's not the issue. I need some clever way to brush all this aside. Oh, I heard. Oh boy. Something witty that tells her I'm not buttered at all.
Is he gonna accidentally comment on it?
I'm
Okay.
not concerned. In fact, I see no reason to be concerned at all.
Is she going to her flat?
Oh my god.
Oh
It felt like I was
Oh.
squeezing an obese rat. I hardly even perceived it as a breast.
An obese rat? An obese rat!
What?
How insensitive can you be? I'm gonna rip every last hair off your head!
Oh my god. Leave my hair out of this!
Oh god.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well.
See, Master? What did you do all this time all by yourself?
That's an exceedingly vague question.
Say, when you were really, really stupidly bored out of your mind, what did you do to keep yourself occupied?
Meditate.
Just how many times have you reached enlightenment?
I sometimes played chess too.
Awkward falls are
Chess?
how half of
Wait,
our
by
Hollywood
yourself?
romances started. If someone drops a
Yes,
candelabra
I
next, I'm
imagine how
calling
an
for
opponent
popcorn.
might react to my moves and play the other side that way.
That's kind of depressing to think about. How about this, Master? Play a game against me.
Do you know the rules?
You bet I do. I do come from a family of merchants, so I keep up with the trends in all sorts of games. Prepare to meet your maker.
So, who was I supposed to prepare to meet again?
Have a little... See, you trounced me. One more time. I just wasn't at the top of my game.
Rules. Darling, I've survived centuries of cursed mansions. Bring on your bullshit logic.
When am I going to meet this maker?
What? How? When did you put me into checkmate? One more. Oh, hold on, that's not fair. Take it back. My king. Please stop.
Oh, why? It sounds so bad and out of context. Amateur.
Can you just go a little bit easy?
It sounds so bad out of context. You never asked me to go easy.
This isn't a game. This is slower. This is a one-sided massacre.
About this maker.
I'm looking right at him.
That was actually kind of fun.
No, it wasn't. It was miserable. Next time we're playing something fair.
What can I say, Queen? The older you are, the more dirty-minded you get. Such as...
See. Oh, I know. Arm wrestling.
Oh no. Huh? Arm wrestling?
Yeah, you sit across from each other, point your elbows on the table, grab hands, and you see who can pin the other down.
Who would ever willingly participate in such a primitive competition?
Not interested then? Are you afraid you might lose?
Alright then. I can't imagine losing to a woman.
Okay, elbow on the table. Start on my count. Ready, go!
Wait a minute. Huh?
Victory!
Okay.
Because you have to imagine, like, she's been moving stuff, she works.
She's been cleaning, yeah. Yeah, she's quite a maid.
She worked in the, she probably did some farming when she was in that village.
Mm-hmm.
Primitive competition. Please, I once outgripped no.
Okay, this is doing it on its own.
By candlelight.
Yeah. I assume it's basically showing us that many days have passed.
Yeah.
Yo, my lord, me and you, let's go. I gotta kick your vampire butt. Oh, please, queen. I can just sit on top of you and you'll be done. With each passing day, it grew less and less unusual having Giselle always at my side. I began more freely engaging in silliness, speaking my mind and showing emotion. Well, since you're so skinny, what can I say, queen?
Cracks knuckles. Careful what you wish for, queen. My grip's
Oh my
older than your
God.
family tree.
Please don't try that. Your boyfriend might actually think that you're cheating on him. Let me just
Looks like the night's got a little commercial
Just one
bite.
moment.
If you fancy keeping this vampire entertained
yeah,
and Ross sharp, hit that subscribe before we vanish again.
yeah. I had to let my bot announce the ads. I could say her name,
Gotcha.
and Giselle would turn around and smile at me. An unimaginable sight not long ago. For 10 years I had lived alone. Solitude had been my normal. But that was very rapidly changing at her hands. We were continually getting closer, yes, but not in a romantic sense.
10 years alone? That's just called an extended matinee in my day.
If I had to describe it, I would say good friends was probably the most apt. Time continued to press on, our relationship remaining relatively stable. Eventually, summer came, bringing with it the longest periods of sunlight I had experienced in many years. Then the leaves began falling from the trees, and before long the world grew cold and dreary. That winter, the fireplace was never without a crackling blaze in its belly. What was I saying? Don't try and say that too much. Your boyfriend might think you're cheating on him with me. That's what I said. The boiled wine we drank was undoubtedly middling and cheap. But she said with a smile, I've never had wine this good before. Nah, just making sure that you don't get into hot water. And though I didn't say anything, I felt the same way. It was a joke on my part, too. The sun set much earlier, and having stopped using candles, we found ourselves habitually gathering around the fireplace when it grew dark. Reminds me of my mountain house.
Reading a story by the fireplace like this almost makes it feel like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? I bet that's why troubadours performs at pubs, so they can be near the fire.
Or,
Or-
because there's ale. No worries, have a fun lurk, Queen. Drunkenness makes even bad singing and storytelling pleasant to the ears.
Oh, you're such a cynic. But that's okay. Say,
Yes.
do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library?
Please don't tell me you're bringing the obese rat incident back up. You know, I was just about to try something.
No! Not that. Before that. Before we could actually talk to each other. I believe I suggested we'd read something together if you ever felt the inclination.
Brooding in the corner with questionable Merlot.
You might have. I can't say I remember.
Are you sure about that? You turned down my proposal saying I was wasting my time. But look, it actually happened. Even if you don't remember, I'm sure you never thought this moment would come. I was, for the most part, focused on making sure things didn't get any worse between us. But to be honest, I didn't expect there would actually come a time where we could sit shoulder to shoulder, and read a book. You never know how things might pan out.
Shoulder to shoulder book time? That's dangerously wholesome for this gothic setup.
I remember how I tried to push her away, how much I mistrusted her. I was nothing but hostile towards her. People change. And perhaps, if they can, so can the future. Maybe I can hope that, like our friendship, there's a chance the future might take a turn for the better. Is the text supposed to be missing? Ah, okay.
Something the matter?
I don't much care for hypotheticals, but if by some chance
All this reflection
I
feels
were
like we're one
someday
thunderstorm
to
away
be able
from
to
someone
return
making
to
an
that
ominous
house,
vow.
should that time come, that house is home to her nightmares. Even if it didn't happen until after my father was gone, it wouldn't erase what he had done to her there. She acts like nothing's wrong though. I don't know. Have her wounds healed or do they still remain?
Should that time come?
Should that time come, if that day comes, I will do what I can to ensure you have a comfortable life in the city. Though I will not be able to inherit the estate, I can work something out.
If he does go back, I hope someone remembered to dust off the candelabra of this century.
I see. Thank you very much.
But if you would be comfortable doing so, I would be pleased if you were to join me. I mean, as a servant.
As a servant?
Yes, a servant. Where I'm short on hands.
I see. A servant.
Do I really need to repeat myself? Yes, a servant.
Servant gigs always come
Alright,
with
sure.
pre-haunted
I think I will.
corridors and existential dread.
I would
Classic
like to
medieval
accompany
perks.
you, Master. How exciting. I'm sure a wonderful future awaits us.
I posted something on in the group chat. Do you want to check it?
I'm looking. Oh god.
I'll try and modify it a bit further. I think you know what I'm trying to go for. I pray so.
If it's not a cursed painting or midnight seance
Now
invite,
back to the story.
sure, I'll take a peek.
I believe we just got to the point where the knight set out to defeat the monster and save the princess. I bet he was a big, buff, muscular knight.
Well, let's not talk about how muscular he was. She let out a gentle laugh, and I thought I smelled something sweet on her breath. Was it her scent, or perhaps just my imagination? I had no way of knowing. We sat so close, even the slightest shift seemed sufficient to allow me to hear the sound of her heartbeat, causing mine to accelerate. Curiosities flooded my mind. What might she be thinking right now? What does she think about me? And as
If it
much
was
as
sweet,
I tried
probably
to
not
banish
garlic,
them,
so
I
she's safe from me for
frustratingly
now.
failed. I was just getting caught up in the moment. I had just briefly lost my way. One moment, I'm trying to quote Michael. Though I tried to convince myself otherwise, it was all in vain. When had my pulse gotten so rapid? When had my skin gotten so flushed?
If only existential crises burned
When?
calories, this
How?
mansion would be empty
Why
by
was
dawn.
this happening to me? I thought I had already learned my lesson about having feelings for someone else.
No, you had feelings for someone else before.
Oh, Ashley is having fun. Before long, winter retreated and our second spring came to take its place. Now a full year had passed since we had resumed living together. And I don't think it was my imagination that this year felt much warmer than last.
All these flushed cheeks reminds me of those black and white melodramas where
Spring
everyone's
seemed
doomed by
to
their
have
own
arrived
hearts.
a bit earlier than in previous years. One night when the breeze carried on it a pleasant residual warmth, Giselle escorted me out to the garden. Hello, Red.
Come on,
Panda.
Master. Hurry up. Hello, Panda. Hoi hoi.
Hello.
How was your stream?
Did she raid you?
No. But we had raided into him earlier.
Okay. We it's something interesting that happened. You might have missed a very awkward scene. Red coat panda. It's it involved an obese rat and somebody's chest. Let's just say that. It's the middle of the night. What's so important?
I just found it myself. And I couldn't wait till morning. A rose! It blossomed!
A rose?
Uh-huh. Nights when all the best secrets get whispered anyway. Let them have their daylight worries. A single rose always spells trouble in these stories. Next thing you know, it's all tragic longing by candlelight.
Giselle had, over the past year, cleaned up the nest of weeds that had been strangling the garden. Off to the side of a small plot of turned soil, swaying in the wind beneath her moonlight, was a single red rose.
Uh-huh.
When did you... Last... Oh, sorry. I think her mic volume on your side is a bit too loud. Right now I don't hear her at all.
When I was talking earlier,
In my
silly.
day, that meant love or doom. Usually both if you're in an old
Let me
gothic
check.
flick.
Maybe if I modify the desktop. Okay, I've put Discord on half. Let's try again.
Last year, I requested flower seeds. But I just couldn't get them to grow, and I was starting to think they never would. But look, it's only one, but it did.
I had no idea.
Of course you didn't. I didn't tell you.
Why would you keep it from me?
I wanted to make it a gift for you, Master.
What? Why?
Roses make wonderful gifts, supposedly.
Ghostly silence. Maybe some things are better left
No,
unsaid.
that's not what I meant. Why me? I haven't given you anything.
Consider it a symbol of my hope that we'll still be this close another year from now. If we are, then this is yours.
I don't follow her reasoning. I don't follow it at all, but... The sight of the deep red rose almost melting into the dark night was perhaps the most wondrous thing I had ever seen in my life. I had never understood why some people found flowers so enchanting. They were always just plants to me.
I'd hide it in plain sight. Nothing haunts you more than what's right before your eyes. Why
But-
you? Every story needs a tragic lead. Red roses at midnight, always a sign you're about to stumble into someone else's tragedy or your own.
But that one, on that night, was undeniably beautiful, majestic. And like a young child seeing a flower for the very first time, my hand automatically reached out for it. Not knowing the proper way to appreciate flowers, I didn't gently caress its petals or take in its fragrance, but snapped its stem.
Oh, God.
Boy.
Oh, you picked it? Are you gonna bring it back to your room?
When I finally processed her question, that's when I realized I probably should have left it to grow in the garden. From the base of its stem where I had plucked it, a droplet succumbed to gravity and fell to the earth. With it came the delayed realization that I had ended the plant's life.
Nothing says love like breaking what you desire most.
But it was overpowered by childish possessiveness. This stunning flower was mine. Moonlight trickled down from the heavens, giving a gentle bluish tint to my hands and a smile on her face.
You're going to need a vase then. Give me just a minute.
For the brief moments, the moonlight must have played a trick on my mind.
Every haunted house needs fresh flowers. Just don't ask what they're watered with.
Huh?
Master?
What on earth am I doing? A look of bewilderment filled Giselle's face just inches from mine, which hammered in the reality of what I had just done.
We're gonna get a kiss from these two?
Maybe. The thought had just crossed my mind that perhaps her black hair might have a good backdrop for the rose, but it was supposed to remain a simple fancy.
Regret lingers
What
longer
was
than
that
any
about?
rose's scent, especially in haunted halls.
An excuse. I need a good excuse. A drawing.
A drawing?
Right, I would like to preserve it on canvas.
What? What?
I mean, that rose on its own does not make a very compelling picture, so I'd like to include you as an accessory.
Wait, you want to draw me too?
Merely as a background element. Oh, boy.
Preserve it.
You're
Beauty
slightly
this
more
fleeting
interesting than a
deserves at
vase,
least
that's
one
all.
eternity.
I've never seen you draw anything before.
I just never got the urge.
You know how?
Many, many years ago, my brother taught me.
I don't think I can handle being a model. I never had a drawing done of me before. You'd probably be better off with just the rose.
You gave it to me, didn't you? That means I am free to do with it as I please.
I did.
I didn't mean to sound rude.
Careful. Background elements have a habit of stealing scenes when you least expect it.
I had no
Just
real
ask
interest
any
in drawing the
classic
rose.
noir.
But I couldn't just take it back either. Giselle had shrunk back quite visibly, and I couldn't bring myself to look her in the eyes. So I fled to the cellar in search of supplies to escape the oppressive awkwardness. At the far wall, I found a rectangular panel of wood and several sticks of charcoal. My materials were obviously nothing compared to what a court artist might use. But I was clearly not going to be able to do the portrait any kind of justice.
Charcoal and wood. Every great getaway starts with improvised art or an ominous message on the wall.
God, what am I doing? I want to bury my head in the sand. Giselle was waiting for me in the stained glass chamber. It seemed she was still just as uncomfortable as when I had left her. She gave me a fleeting glance before averting her gaze again. If only she would laugh or make a scene like usual, it would make things so much easier.
Nothing curdles a room like unspoken guilt, or maybe that's just me projecting old memories onto stained glass.
Why did she have to choose now to start acting meek?
What are you doing?
Stay perfectly still, please.
Do you need me to pose or anything?
No, just get comfortable. Look away.
But why?
It's hard to work when you're watching me.
Some faces are meant for shadows, keeps
What?
their secrets better that way.
I feel like I have to sneeze.
Hold it in, please. What now?
Can I see it?
I've barely drawn anything yet. As long as our eyes didn't meet, I was able to observe her. And my gaze was quite clearly not focused on the rose. But Giselle. At first I had regretted my in-the-moment proposition. But I was beginning to think it hadn't been such a bad idea.
Art's never easy with an audience, unless you thrive under moonlight
Without
like
some
some
sort
of
of
us.
pretext, I would never have been able to examine her so intently. I did some shenanigans in the DMs again.
Take a look.
This isn't like me. But what was like me? Did I prefer being a sharp-tongued, unapproachable recluse? Was that what I wanted to strive for?
Even immortals have off days. Trust me on that.
You know, I just realized something.
Yes.
I might have I might have drawn what he was thinking of. Giselle was like a gale. Her mere presence dispersed the gloomy cloud that always hovered around me. Thinking about it, it's practically a miracle that we ever ended up so comfortable around each other. that she's still here right now. Light from the moon spilled through the stained glass window, taking on a multitude of pale tones before falling on her white skin and jade eyes.
Sometimes comfort sneaks up when you're busy building walls. Even the best fortresses get haunted.
I had stopped sketching at some point. What in the
world was... Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
sorry, that was you actually.
What in the world was going on? One of my roses had finally bloomed, which I thought would put a smile on Michelle's face. But rather than improve his mood, it made him go all strange. It had made him say he wanted to draw something. I'd never seen Michelle draw anything before. I can't sit still. I tried to sneak peeks of him every once in a while, but anytime our eyes met, he gave me a stern, look that way stare.
Moonlight's good at exposing what we'd rather leave unfinished.
So I ended up spending a whole time of looking at the archangel in the stained glass window. What could he be thinking?
Do their dance.
Could this be thanks for the rose? Pretty sure he's not the type who would consider a drawing an expression of gratitude, though.
Support your favorite.
If I'm wrong about that, it'll turn my whole world upside down. Maybe he wants to draw me? No, not possible. That would turn the whole world upside down even faster. He couldn't. We're close to be sure, but we're not that kind of close. That makes it sound like Michelle's attracted to me. And there's no way. There's absolutely no way. He praised me to an obese rat and calls me an amateur at chess, laughing while he crushes me.
Oh my god.
So that's not what this is it?
The obese rat never dies. The obese rat joke never dies.
Obese rat? Please.
Yes.
I've seen chess feuds last centuries. Giselle's got time to improve.
If it's too much trouble, you're free to leave. This might, well, take a very long time to complete.
Oh no, no trouble.
You had a very stern look on your face is all.
I was doing that bad of a job hiding it?
I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want. It was foolish of me to ask of you. I'm sorry.
Honestly, it's no trouble, I mean it. You just took me by surprise, that's all.
I'm not even that
And...
great. Huh?
Sorry, it was you.
I'm not even that great of an artist to begin with.
No need for apologies, darling.
That's
Even
not
Dracula
the talent I was
had
blessed
his
with.
awkward moments.
If I'm being honest with myself, I can't imagine anyone would be pleased to have bad art drawn of them. Especially
What?
if her chest is holding an obese rat. Oh, yay.
What? I wasn't the only one making the face. His head was turned slightly downward, a forlorn shimmer in his eyes. I'd never seen him make that face before. He resembled a child who had just been scorned by his mother. I wasn't at all angry or displeased with him. I was just fine, honestly. I had to get that through to him. I am pleased. Doesn't matter how it turns out, you drew it for me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would... But the moonlight shining through the stained glass was so enchanting. I had lost myself in it. I'd be happy with anything drawn from me by the man I love.
Oh.
Oh, Giselle!
Oh my. Well, there goes the surprise factor.
For an instant, time froze. By the time I realized what I had said, my mind had gone blank and I couldn't form a coherent thought. I mean, like, like family. You're like an older brother to me. I mean, love, like love for a brother.
Huh.
Hey, say something, Master. Give me your usual experience shy. Come on now. Go on, give me your best good reef, and then hurl me out the window. Oh, come on, please. Show me some disappointment.
Surprise is overrated. Give me ominous windows and dramatic lighting any night.
Master?
Oh boy.
When the wood panel he was using on the canvas and charcoal in his hand crashed to the hard chapel floor, the clattering was so loud I jumped. I didn't have presence of mind to wonder why he knocked over the canvas, or why his hands appeared to be shaking. Let me... I stepped towards him. And when I did...
The moonlight shining down upon us intensified.
in our gazes...
All this moonlight talk. Someone cue the organ music from Nosferatu.
Of Jada and Ruby.
intertwined.
Intertwined, yes. Seems like we're going to have a common narration now.
Maybe. There was a visible rosiness in his unearthly pale cheeks. Master? Flickers of panic darted beneath the surface of his normally stony red eyes. They were trembling as he looked over at me. I was at a loss for words. We must have been under the moon's spell. We weren't thinking. We stood alone in the frozen world, robbed of all rational thought. Riding the moonlight's current, his hand fell against my cheek. It was much colder than I had expected, but it felt pleasant on my flesh skin. As we drew closer, I could feel the warmth emanating from his body, and I'm sure he could feel mine. The beating of my heart, too. His breath stopped for a moment, and then he gulped. He brought his head in. I closed my eyes and...
Huh?
Then I shoved him away with all my strength.
Huh?
We shoveled back, knocked his head on the side of the pew, and began groaning in pain, which is when I finally realized what I'd done. What have you done, Giselle? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
Careful with
Sorry,
that cackle, Foria.
you startled
Someone might
me.
mistake you for an extra in a Bela Lugosi flick.
I really didn't mean to knock you down. It's loading.
Sending something to Lazy Foria. Just some context for what we were laughing about. Let's see his reaction. react in chat, please.
Troublemaker's back.
Oh my. He probably smelled the rat. From the obese rat. Oh
Go
yeah.
back to your room. Classic gothic energy. All that's missing is a thunderclap outside the window.
You should go back to your room. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you tonight.
What?
And get some rest. Good night.
Uh? He turned away, marching off into the corridor, and shouted in darkness. There was a heavy air of loneliness hanging over him, which gave rise to phantom images of him actually disappearing into the darkness. I had caused that, but I hadn't realized until it was too late. I felt like someone was sitting on my chest. Why would I ever do that to him?
Night falls heavy in this manner, perfect for
Oh, hang on.
brooding or vanishing
No
into
worries.
velvet shadows.
The troublemaker is back.
He simply wants some love. So here, I've sent Lazy Foria the joke in case he missed it. Ay. Happened 3 times during the stream already.
Hang on. Now I'm holding the cat. Why would I ever do that to him? Of course I'm going to hurt him reacting like that. Maybe I was hoping he would say it was just one of
3
his jokes.
times? Even the coldest heart can't resist that much longing in one night.
Oh, well, you came in here and now you suffer.
Hey Scott, welcome. Sorry I couldn't be in your VC. I was streaming. I saw your post on Twitter earlier. How's it going, Scott? And sorry for maybe being a bit angry yesterday. When I have a migraine, I tend to be rather inconsiderate of others, and I think you might have came off as me being angry at you. Oh, there's something going on with the text.
Cat.
Oh boy. But yes. If you want, I can share some shenanigans with you. Let me just find your. Let me just find this.
Okay, he's out.
Yeah.
Well, if I do think, of course, it would hurt him reacting like that. Maybe I was just hoping he would say it's just one of his jokes. Do I want it to be a joke? I had that option. I could pretend nothing ever happened, and tomorrow go back to the way things were before. But if I did that, there'd almost certainly never be a second chance. Good luck in
Hey.
post Heavensward, Plinko.
Welcome.
You were okay with it.
Tosses the velvet handkerchief.
You wanted
with a
it, Giselle.
Let's
Quit
drown
lying to
sorrows
yourself.
in gothic drama instead.
You're the one who said you loved. Oh, that's true. She did.
Yeah.
She said, "I love you," and then pushed him.
Yeah.
But
was
to be
scared.
fair, she was. Yeah.
And I assume that her trauma made her do it.
Yeah. And that was no mistake. You wouldn't sit shoulder to shoulder and read book with someone you didn't care for. You wouldn't enjoy eating supper with someone you didn't like. You wouldn't be able to live happily with someone you didn't love. You have to go after him. Find him and tell him the truth. Come on, Giselle.
Stained glass angels watching
am
over
I
us.
doing, for
Even
God's
I feel
sake?
almost holy for a second.
I'm not in my right mind. Something about me was off today. I couldn't control myself. I was saying things I didn't mean, doing things I didn't intend to. I had never meant to do that. But at this point, I had no choice but to admit my feelings. I couldn't pretend I didn't know what they were anymore. How long had I felt this way? A week? A month? 6 months? Or maybe a full year? Had they already developed when we started anew?
Sounds like the house has its claws in you tonight. Happens to the best of us. Under these
No, the
haunted
when
ceilings.
didn't matter. It didn't change the facts. I was still attracted to her, regardless of when it had begun. But she pushed me away, quite literally. I sighed at myself. Why should I be disappointed? She was nothing like me. I was reclusive and unsociable. She was the
Brooding in
exact
candlelight,
opposite.
classic move, Michelle. Someone cue up an organ solo from a silent film.
She was the kind of person who would confidently tell someone how she felt, and she had done exactly that. Said I was like a brother. Yeah, my brother in Christ. You're dense. But I hadn't listened. As a matter of fact, could I have been any more presumptuous? I don't deserve to love anymore, or don't deserve to love anyone. Time to pass out now. Have a good night, lazy, for a few minutes. It's better this way. Aye.
Master!
What? I told you to go back to your room.
I need you to listen to me, okay?
What?
About what just happened. That doesn't count. You can't count any of that.
Huh?
That I said I love you and that I shoved you, they don't count.
Right, I was planning to forget that anyway. So don't worry.
It's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that it's not something you should have said on a whim just because the moonlight was kind of pretty tonight. It wasn't supposed to be so
The manor
casual.
walls have
The
heard
way I
a
said it
thousand
doesn't get
confessions
across
like
on
that.
how much I
Makes
really
you wonder
care
if they
about
ever
you.
Echo back anything but regret.
It should have been something with more impact, rather. Me looking you straight in your eyes, my heart jumping around like it's on fire. That's how I should have said it.
What are you?
I'm saying I want you to give me one more chance to do it right.
Giselle? Calm yourself.
I am calm. And no...
In
sorry.
no sense of the world, in no sense of the word are you calm.
Fine then, I'm not calm, but I am clear-headed, and I mean every last word. Listen very carefully. I love you so
If
much,
she
I
gets
feel
any
like
more
my heart's going
dramatic,
to
I'll need to fetch
explode.
my opera glasses.
Huh?
The tension's thicker than coffin dust tonight.
What? Huh? You mean like family? Like a brother, right?
Romantic love, romantic.
Huh? What?
I wasn't upset back there. No, I was elated.
What? My mind couldn't keep up with what it was hearing. Half out of breath where she stood. Giselle was frantically insisting that she loved me. Was I dreaming?
Dramatic
Master,
Sayan sibling energy? Fine,
how do you...
I'll guard your secrets
I would like to hear
Nosferatu guards his shadows.
how you feel about me. Assuming I interpreted that correctly, you were going for a kiss back there, right? Right? So I can take that as your answer?
Giselle looked up at me with bleary eyes. She had feelings for me. It was a miracle. I could hardly breathe. It felt like someone had struck their hand in my chest and was squeezing my heart. I just had to say yes, and a smile would spread across her face. I could bring her joy, and all it would take was a single word. Then do it, my
That's
friend.
what I got. If he says no, I'm
That
gonna
kind of
smack him
pain
myself.
Makes you feel alive.
I had
Or
no
at least
reason to say
reminds
no.
you what living used to be like.
My happiness was standing right there in front of me. What more could I ask for? All I had to do was reach out and claim it for myself. I tried to do exactly that in the chapel, and I could do it again. I loved her. I was a twisted man, cast out of the world and left with nothing. I had no way to make her happy. But still, Don't tell me you've forgotten what you are.
Tragic longing under stained glass again. Some things never change after midnight.
There was no moonlight to give me that nudge. Do not feel that way about
Fucking damn it, Michelle! It's so frustrating.
Oh boy, my girlfriend would have slapped me.
God damn it.
Oh,
I'm starting a petition.
yeah. I think that don't forget about what you are is the witch's influence.
Which, yeah. Either a witch or a family member.
Yeah.
Do we want to leave it there, or do we want to continue?
I think let's see. I think we're close to ending this chapter. Let's go until the next scene.
Okay. What?
Wah. The universal reaction to waking up somewhere haunted.
I got confused
or
for a
realizing
moment.
You left your coffin open.
We're angry at Michelle.
Yeah. I apologize for the misunderstanding that seems to have caused. All the color drained from her, like a flower wilting before my eyes. A heavy sigh spilled from her lips. Her jade eyes swayed lifelessly back and forth. I hadn't thought mere love could possibly have such weight, but she looked as though I had just told her she was to be executed.
I see. I'm sorry. I let it get to my
Even
head.
immortals know that look when hope slips away, like dust.
Sorry for
swallowing
making
color
such
from
a
the
racket.
sky.
Really, God, what was I thinking? I got way ahead of myself there.
Her fall energy hurt to watch. I had hurt her, and this was the result. You wanted to protect yourself even if it meant hurting her. But look where that got you. You would have been better off just going with it. Because when she learned the truth, she would have pushed you away anyway. I think that's the witch.
Mhm. I'm sorry. I'll be going now. Sorry for barging in on you like that.
Love always feels like it's got fangs in this house. Nobody leaves unbitten.
She made her way into the shadows towards the door. There.
Do you want me to read the rich, or do you want to
For
do the
now, I
rich?
guess I'll
Okay.
do it until next chapter when Ashley will probably join back.
Good.
There, you did it. You preserved your peace. I got the feeling she would never again turn back. Your mistake was ever getting close to anyone. What I had always wanted was right there in front of me, and I was so close to obtaining it. And you pushed her away. I actually did love her. She would never love the real you.
Getting close always costs more than eternity's
No,
worth of solitude.
she couldn't.
Even monsters know when it stings.
Okay. I think this is where we'll leave off. I think this is a good place.
Hey.
So, the Moonlight Spell. Yeah, that seems like a good place to introduce Morgana.
Yes, it does.
Well, do you plan on continuing the stream?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a short break to get some water and something to eat. But that's not stream snacks.
Okay, then. I'll read into you then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll switch to here.
Of course I will. Moonlit drama is my natural habitat. Someone has to keep an eye on these spells.
I see. I'm not hanging from the cave anymore, and
No.
you're on an island in the lake.
There you go. At least you're not facing the wall.
Oh yeah. now I'm looking at you. Kind of like Michelle would. So close yet so far away. If only I had wings. Oh wait, I do.
You just we'll do that. Make you anatomically correct height.
Moons high. All that's missing is dramatic organ music and credits rolling in blood red.
But yes, thank you very much everyone for joining in. And
Thank you.
next week, is it that's still not the week that you're leaving, right?
Correct. The 13th, so the week after.
Okay then.
The next weekend is not Memorial, 4th of July, but I think it should be fine.
Well,
it's on a Sunday. 4th of July is on a Friday.
Well, you can tell me if you want to pass it once it happens. But
well, now we're finally getting to the good part, and now Ashley probably has some lines.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think she probably had a good
Moon's
reason
out,
either way
bats are clocking in. Guess that's
to
my cue for the night.
jump the ship for now, since there weren't any lines for her this time, and
yeah,
she probably needed some some time alone with her family.